Hi Libra, welcome to your weekly, no, I keep saying that, welcome to your December 2019 love reading. I'm so used to doing the weekly readings. Welcome to your December 2019 love reading. We're going to see what's happening in love for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So we're going to see what's happening with our lovely Libra friends. We are in the holiday season, depending on where in the world you live. But we're going to see what is happening this December for our Libras. We're going to pull 5 cards. So here's card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, and card number 5. There we are. Okay, Libra. Alrighty, so first we have King of Fire. So Libra, some of you may be encountering some fire sign individual. You might be also experiencing a very passionate relationship. You might have someone coming in where it's just someone who might be pursuing you very persistently, or you might be feeling all kinds of hot and bothered for somebody. For me, usually when I see the King of Fire or when I see wands in a love reading, it does indicate there can be a really strong physical attraction or physical connection. Although one thing I will say about the King of Fire as opposed to the Knight of Fire, this is going to be either someone who is very, like self-made kind of person. Like someone who has not had things handed to them in life, but they've been able to really overcome a lot of things. They've been able to become successful. So for some of you, it can indicate that, yes, there's attraction, but this is someone who's coming in that like their life is stable. They have things together. They may be a bit of a free spirit. So this is going to be something that you're going to have to keep in mind in interacting or dealing with this person. So like they might be all about having the connection and having the relationship, you know, but they're also going to be someone who is very free-spirited, or someone who is very charismatic, very busy, very well-liked. He can be really funny. So lots of really great characteristics, but also one of the things to keep in mind is that, you know, this kind of person is used to being very independent. It could be you. These can be characteristics or things about yourself that are coming to the surface, and that are kind of affecting the love life. I feel in a positive way. The energy around this feels very positive to me. I feel some of you, this is very interesting. I'm not sure why I'm feeling this. And it might be specific to one particular person. Spirit might be talking to one particular person here. But I feel like some of you, and you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, it came up for another sign. But for them, it was a little bit different. It was somebody they were already with. But for you all, I feel something. You might have met someone in the summertime. And this person, I think maybe you felt chemistry with them too, Libra. Maybe you just kind of felt like, like I wonder if anything will come of this person, and then nothing really happened. And you know, you just kind of forgot about it. Don't be surprised if this person reconnects with you or reaches out to you or sends you a friend request on social media or something, or you all run into each other again. But like, I feel like this person has thought about you, hasn't forgotten about you, but at the time in the summer, there may have been something going on where they couldn't really pursue you. But I feel now they're ready, and they may be coming back to pursue you or attempt to have a relationship with you. So I'd be curious how many people end up having that experience. But I feel for someone, or for some of you, there was someone that you encountered in the summertime, and you were maybe like, oh, like maybe you were really excited when you met them, that you're like, oh, I think that this might lead to something, but it ended up being just kind of like a dud, like a goose egg, nothing happened. And I think timing was the issue. But like I said, I think you've been on their mind, and now that they're ready, they may be coming back around to try to get something going with you now. Okay. Next here, we have the Hierophant, okay? And this is going to be matters of commitment. Okay, it just got juicy. It just got a whole other layer just now for some of you Libras, okay? I wasn't going to get into it because I wanted to see what the other cards were that came up along the way. And those of you who have had private readings with me, or you've watched my other readings, you will have heard me say something else about King of Fire, because he can mean a few different things. And that's the thing. When you read for someone, you feel the energy, and then you're able to figure out how that card applies to that person. Now, this is a general reading. I'm not reading for just one single person, so it can apply in different ways. One of the things I left out, but now that Hierophant is showing up, we got to talk about it. One of the ways that King of Fire sometimes shows up in love readings is as a Sancho, or as like a Mr. or somebody on the side. So some of you might be having a situation where you are in a committed relationship and someone is looking awfully good to you, and you might be tempted to go for this person outside of the relationship. If you are a masculine energy, you may want to look out for any signs that would indicate the person that you're involved with may be in a relationship already. You may be, the guy on the side here. So, because Hierophant is coming up, and Hierophant is a card that traditionally can mean commitment, marriage, things of this nature, it could mean someone is having an issue with being tempted outside of a solid commitment. I'm not talking about, oh, well, we've been getting to know each other, and I'm not sure where things are going, and now somebody new's come along. I'm talking about like committed. Somebody may be committed, and there's a temptation here, and there could be a potential for a third party kind of situation. And that's where you're really going to have to dig deep and figure out, is this really worth it to you? Do you really want to do this? You know, I'm not particularly a fan of stepping out of a relationship, but no judgment. You know, people do what they do, and people have their different circumstances. And so this is something that some of you may be faced with. For other ones of you, if you are dealing with someone who is a fire sign, or if you have fire in your moon rising or in your Venus, there could be something happening where you are manifesting a commitment, like a committed relationship. But I feel, Libra, in general, issues of commitment are coming up for you guys. Whether you're already committed, there's a temptation happening, or if you're single, you might be realizing some of your commitment issues. Maybe you didn't even realize that they were there, but you're kind of like examining this whole thing about like being solid or being stable with someone, or like, you know, saying forever and like being able to mean it, like saying forever and meaning it. So I really, really feel like you're being called in December, Libra, to look at your loyalties, to look at your values, to look at what's important to you, your priorities. You know, like, what are you looking for in a relationship? What are you looking for out of life? What are you looking for in another person? I do feel some of you are in a situation where there's been infidelity both ways, and you might be trying to work things out. You may be doing something in terms of like a couples counseling, but I feel it would be through some kind of a religious organization. So maybe you are like going and seeing your reverend or your pastor or spiritual guru. I don't know what they call them in other religions, but you might be taking the issues to whoever the person is in your church or in your temple, who is, you know, overseeing the congregation or the group. So for some of you, it could be that you're getting some kind of religious kind of help or counsel or guidance in healing the relationship. Okay. But I do feel also very strongly, before I move on, I feel like with the Hierophant too, a lot of you are in a situation with a person or in a relationship where religion is coming up. Like, literally, religion is coming up. So you might be dating someone or falling in love with someone of a different religion, or you might be questioning your religious beliefs because you might feel like they're keeping you away from someone that you want to be with. But I do feel there's like I don't know, I just feel a strong sense of temptation. Either you're going to your religion and trying to heal your temptation or your urges and being able to like have a good healthy relationship, or you're being tempted away from religious beliefs, or you're re-examining or you're questioning. Maybe you're having doubts about religious beliefs. Understand and know this: if you are dealing with a person who is stepping away from their religious beliefs to be with you, like they're converting to be with you or you're converting to be with them, there's going to be blame. Okay, like for example, if you're converting for somebody else's religion, you know, you're going to have a lot of comments and things from your friends and family. Or if that person is leaving their religion and being with you, even though you might feel like, well, I didn't ask them to do that. I don't care what religion they're in. If they want to be in that religion, cool with me. But if they're leaving that going into the relationship with you, their friends and family are going to look at you like you're the one who pulled them out of it. And they're not going to like you very much, right? But this is being said not to like be a negative Nancy or to put fear in your head, but just to say, look, like you just understand this is going to be an issue. Don't take it personally. You know you didn't tell anybody to make that choice or that decision. You know they made that decision because that's the decision they wanted to make. And just kind of maybe let it slide off your back. But understand and know that if you're getting attitude, people think that you're the reason for this person making these choices and these decisions, even though they're making these choices and decisions because it feels right for them, or vice versa, right? There's going to be people who think that this relationship is why this is happening, okay? So you know, it's going to show up in different ways for different ones of you, but I am feeling for some of you this is like literal religion kind of coming in. Next, we have your Three of Water. This can be celebrations, this can be engagements, this can be coming together and having a good time. It can indicate at times, though, again, third-party situations or third-party relationships, but not always. Not always. I feel more strongly the energy with the Three of Water coming in for you all, Libra, is that you are wanting to have more fun, okay? Or your partner is wanting to have more fun. So, again, it just feels like you're being called outside of yourself, outside of the relationship. It doesn't mean you have to stray. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that there has to be unfaithfulness, but it might be a good idea to strengthen the relationship by getting out together, socializing together, having fun together. Those of you who are single, this can absolutely indicate that you're going to be meeting someone at a get-together or at some kind of a party or a celebration. Okay, Libra, I feel some of you are being asked to put together something for a celebration. So I don't know if it's like a wedding or a birthday party, but you might be asked to speak. You might be asked to like get up and like give a toast or give some kind of a speech, like a best man speech or a maid of honor speech, or just something. You might be emceeing something. Maybe you're being asked to MC something. But I feel like what's happening ultimately is that someone is noticing you and like approaching you, maybe inviting you to something later on, but it's with the intention of like getting with you. So it could be for some of you where, like, for example, like, you know, if you know, you're being invited, right? But the person that is inviting you is not like the sex or the gender that you date. It could be that they have somebody in mind for you. So maybe they're inviting you to something and you're like, okay, cool, a friend. Like, we're going to go hang out as like a friend or something. They might be trying to set you up with somebody. But I feel something is happening for some of you where you're not necessarily like the cause of the celebration, but you're getting up, you're a part of the celebration, or you're putting it together, or you're praising someone in some way or giving some kind of a speech, and someone's seeing you and going, oh, I like that person. And so there may be there may be some sneakiness, there may be some plans on getting you hooked up with someone, all right? So I'm interested to see who that happens for, but I am feeling that feeling and that sensation, okay? Next here, Libra, we have Two of Air. Two of Air for me is a sign that says you need to open your eyes. There's something that you're not seeing and that you're not paying attention to. And for me, in my experience in reading the tarot over the years, I see a lot of the times Two of Air will come up as just kind of a heads up saying, hey, look, you have a chance to completely and totally avoid a tower moment. Like, you can completely and totally avoid a tower moment if you allow yourself to see the issue or the problem in front of you, okay? For some of you, you are walking a very thin line of temptation. And you are telling yourself that, you know, it's okay for you to hang out with certain people or to do certain things, and that, you know, you would never go outside of that, or you would never dishonor your commitments. But Two of Air is saying you might be walking a slippery slope, right? Or you might have an amazing person in front of you right now who would be a wonderful relationship, but you might not be taking, you might be like putting that person on the back burner, right? Or just saying, oh, I'll come to them later, I'll come to them later, I'll come to them later. But Two of Air is saying that if you do that, you know, you're missing out on an opportunity. And in my experience, Two of Air is basically saying that if you don't do something now, it's not going to be there for you later. So there might be signs or messages that your angels and guides are giving you to try to help you with your love life, whether you're in an existing relationship or trying to manifest a new relationship. But if you're not careful, if you're not cautious, and if you don't take those steps, there could be headaches later on. So if you're not sure what this could be in regard to, ask your angels and guides to help you see what it is that you might be missing. But I do feel for some of you on a more positive note, what this card is saying is there's someone right now, or there's going to be someone in December that's making an attempt at being with you. And you might not see it, or you might be dismissing it. Like, oh, well, you know, they're just being nice. Or, oh, you know, they're just, I don't really think they're into me like that. Like, if you keep pushing it away, and if you're telling yourself, well, they'll try harder, they'll try harder, they'll try harder, then it's an opportunity that you might miss out on. So if somebody is showing an interest, Libra, especially those of you who are single, you need to reciprocate. You need to reciprocate. And don't be so quick to dismiss it. You know, I understand you want to play cool, and you don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh my gosh, someone said hi to me. Oh, I think they like me. You know, I understand you don't want to be that extreme, but don't go the other extreme either. I feel some of you are closing your eyes and missing out on a chance for this love. Okay, and so Spirit doesn't want that to happen for you. It could be very unexpected. It might feel like it's coming out of nowhere for some of you, but this is something that, you know, you need to come out of your comfort zone and just kind of suck it up in terms of fear or whatever, and just allow yourself to have this new experience that's coming in for you. Next, my darlings, we have Two of Fire. So this could be options. This could be having to choose between two people. My, that seems to be a theme for all y'all. Or it could also be, like I said, a friendship or a partnership that begins to turn into love, that begins to turn into a relationship. So some of you, it's all of these things rolled in together. You know, some of you might have you know, somebody that you're working with or have a friendship with, and this person's been, you know, kind of tempting you, and you're closing your eyes to it, and you're saying, oh, I would never, you know, walk away from my commitment, or I would never cheat. Well, you know, things happen, you know, if you're not careful. So you're going to have to make a conscious decision one way or another. You can't keep going with your head in the sand, okay? I do feel there's some kind of like a friendship or a partnership that's turning into like a passionate romantic connection here. And, you know, for some of you, you're single. Awesome. You know, go for it. But for other ones of you, you're in a relationship and you're going to have to really think about this, right? You're going to have to be cautious and you're going to have to be careful about that. You know, you don't want to get pulled away into something that's going to, you know, maybe cause you to have regret later on. But that's what I feel like is happening here. That's what I feel like is happening here. So if you are in a relationship and you're like, man, I don't want this temptation to get in the way of things, you need to do what you can to start having some mutual friends with your partner, spending time together, doing things together, trying to have fun, right? We always go to like, well, let's talk about our problems. Yes, it's important to talk about problems, but you also need to bond. And sometimes people are going to bond by enjoying each other's company, and that might be something you and your partner are going to benefit from, is by bringing some lighthearted energy into the relationship. So, you know, do with it what you will, my darlings. I do encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. That can be very helpful, but especially also your Venus, because a lot of people, you know, because Venus rules our, you know, our love life and our love energy. A lot of people will watch their Venus just to get a better idea when it comes to love videos. I have found my Venus will resonate, but it seems to me for some reason when it comes to love readings and things like that, my moon, for me, my moon seems to resonate more. So if you're not sure which is, you know, which one you should do, my advice is watch them all for a while, for like a few months. Watch your moon, watch your rising, watch your Venus, and then from there you'll see a pattern of which one resonates with you more, and then you'll know, okay, well, I'm just gonna watch my moon, or I'm gonna watch my, you know, watch my Venus, or whatever, my rising, whatever tends to resonate for you more. So check that out, my darlings. Don't forget to watch the weekly forecasts, because in the weekly forecasts I focus on money, career, spirituality, you know, messages from angels, all that good stuff. So check those out during the week as well. Every week those are up. And private readings are still on hold. Calendar will probably be active again December 15th or sometime around there, give or take a few days, when I'll begin accepting private readings again. I'm still working on the 2020 videos. And I thank you all guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I am wishing you a fabulous holiday. Take care.